to the river, and they started to wash it. Suddenly, the goat started to laugh. The attendants looked at each other and asked why the goat was laughing. The goat did not answer. And then, just as suddenly, the goat started to cry. They again looked at the goat and said, "Wait a minute, first you were laughing, now you're crying. Why?" The goat said, "Take me to your priest. I will explain to him why." The attendants took the goat to the priest. They explained what had happened. The priest realized this was a very special goat. And he said very respectfully, "Sir Goat, why did you suddenly start to laugh? And then, just as suddenly, start to cry?" The goat said, "Many, many lifetimes ago, I was a priest in a well-respected religion. And I decided that it was a special day. And to celebrate it, I would sacrifice the life of a goat. I started to laugh because I realized, having been that priest, I had been born as a goat 499 lifetimes. This is my last lifetime as a goat. And that is why I laughed, for my debt has been paid." But then I realized, you are about to repeat my very same mistake. And you too will be born as a goat. And you too will die by having your throat slit as a sacrifice. That is why I cried." The priest said, "I will protect you. You say you died because your head was cut off. I will protect you. We will not let anything happen to you today." The goat shook his head and said, "No. You do not have anywhere near the power to counteract the force from my negative karma. I will die today. My head will be cut off." The priest called guards, more attendants, told them, "Follow the goat, protect it. Do not let anything happen to it." The goat walked out of the temple grounds, walked over to a ledge that was near a hill, and started to nibble a leaf that was on a branch on a tree on that hill. As the goat raised its head to nibble that leaf, suddenly, out of nowhere, a storm blew up. There was a flash of lightning. The lightning hit a ledge. A rock was cut off. The rock hit the goat on the neck. The head of the goat was cut off. The attendants went back. But before they left, they heard a voice. They looked around, and they saw a being up in the tree that they had not seen before. And they said, "Did you laugh?" And he said, "Yes, because I have seen everything that happened, and I know why." And they said, "Please tell us." The being said, "This is the result of ignorance, of not understanding the reality of what is happening all around us. In your ignorance, because you do not know better, and the ignorance of your priest, you believe very falsely that the way to honor your God is to kill a living being. But this is wrong. To kill for any reason is wrong. When the priest heard this, he decided that he would never kill again. And he did not. And he made this story known far and wide, so all could learn the consequences of taking the life of another living being. This story is about ignorance. It is about not knowing. We are just beginning to learn about cause and effect. But do we really understand? Not yet. If we truly understood, deeply understood, we would not be doing what we are doing today. We would not be saying things that hurt others because we're careless. We would not be giving in to our anger. We would not have greed. We would not continue repeating all of the faults that we have been repeating lifetime after lifetime for innumerable eons. So when we listen to talks on the teachings, and when we are told that our every thought, word, and deed has a consequence that we will undergo in the future, we all say yes and shake our heads and agree. And while we are sitting in this room or in a similar room, we believe and we think that way because we are concentrating on this talk. But since I told you this story, and since I mentioned cause and effect, how many of us have had at least one wandering thought? Probably everybody in this room. We have already forgotten to understand. And as soon as we walk out the door, we will really forget. Master Jing Kong, our teacher, has said, if people listen to a 2-hour talk, it will be very good if they remember just 1 or 2 things. We are ignorant. We have been told. We cannot remember. We have bad habits. It is so easy to fall back into those bad habits. We try, we want to do what is good. As we are sitting here, we do not want to hurt any other person. We do not want to be angry. Any reasonable person knows that